Hello everyone, this is Bryan Skelding, chef at the Greenbrier again with here cooking at the Greenbrier. We are up here in Prime 44 today, and I'm going to show everyone how we do our Prime 44 lobster mashed potatoes. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so here I have my sachet of black peppercorns and some fresh thyme, and I've just been letting that chicken stock reduce down. Gets nice and sticky, then we're going to emulsify our full butter into this. And then this here is what we're going to poach our lobster meat into for the actual lobster mashed potatoes. So from here we're going to go ahead and start emulsifying our butter, just a little bit at a time. We don't want to add too much because we don't want the butter to literally melt. We want it to really emulsify in that chicken stock. And start off with just a little bit at first until we get the emulsification going, then we can go a little bit faster on the butter. As you see over here, we have our potatoes going, some heavily salted water. We just have some salt and a little bit of bay leaf in there. And I always tell people, whenever they ask me about potatoes, that water should really be salty like the ocean, because you can never make a good mashed potato by adding in the salt after the fact. You gotta add it in the beginning. You can see that emulsification really starts to kind of come together as long as you keep that temperature not too hot, not too cold. I usually tell people about 120, 125 degrees, and all that gelatin from the chicken stock really helps with that emulsification process. You see, as we get more of the beurre fondue in there, it's a little bit easier to emulsify the butter, and you can even go a little bit quicker. Keeping this emulsification really creates a really nice glaze over everything, as well as a depth of flavor with the chicken stock, the fresh thyme, the peppercorns, the salt. And you'll see when we go to plate up the lobster with potatoes, it actually acts as a little bit of a gravy, if you would, as well too. I was also checking too for temperature, making sure that it's not too hot, not too cold. And I'm going to set this to the side for a few minutes before we poach our lobster in it. All right, so we use a Yukon Gold potato. It's nice. It has a nice little extra yellow color to it. It's not quite as starchy as an Idaho, and the flavor is just a good potato. So we've always used it for the lobster with potatoes in Prime 44. At this point, I just want to kind of check and see how the potatoes are doing. There's just a little bit of resistance in there. They're almost done. Now, while these are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and showcase. So this is just a ricer that I have. What I do is I just put the potatoes in here, smash them through. It really creates a nice, smooth potato as opposed to using one of those old school mashers. All right, so our potatoes are done. Go ahead and remove this bay leaf here. Just get it out of the way. See, nice and dry. Again, even being in the pan here, they're even drying just a little bit more. All right, we're gonna add a little bit of our heavy cream first. We're gonna add in some butter, some Boursin cheese, some sour cream. Just gonna get it started with the wooden spoon, and then we'll bring in the whisk. So again, keeping your potatoes warm. See, I still have them close to the fire here. It's pretty close to the mixture that the texture that I want. A little bit more salt. And we can always add heavy cream or butter to it as we need to. If they start to sit up while we go ahead and finish up the rest of the dish, or during service. All right, we're gonna go back to our beurre fondue then. We're gonna get ready to poach off our lobster. All right, so here we have our diced up lobster tail meat. I have 4 lobster tails here. And again, we're not looking to really boil this by any means. We're really just gently poaching inside this beurre fondue. So we're just gonna get this temperature up just a little bit. I really just wanna get this up to about 150, 155, just so it's hot enough that I can really poach off this lobster meat. You see the lobster meat just starting to firm up just a little bit there. Starting to get a little bit more white in color, losing that translucent color to it. And again, we're just getting this hot. If you get lobster meat too hot, it's overcooked. It's done. Start over. So your lobster meat is, I'd say, about medium rare. Really doesn't take too long, just a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna go ahead and check the texture and the flavor of the lobster. Especially when you start to see that nice red color, you know it's pretty much done. So I like to allow for a little bit of residual heat in this pan. So to me, the lobster is a tiny bit cool just in the center, but because of the heat of this pan, it's going to finish off just where I like it. And it's going to keep that nice, delicate texture. All right, so we're going to go ahead and plate up our lobster mashed potatoes. Thank you everyone for another episode with Cooking at the Greenbrier. Hope you enjoyed our lobster mashed potatoes here today up in Prime 44. Please share those with your friends. Tag us on any social media posts that you might do with it. We'd love to see that. And of course, we'd love to see you in Prime 44. Take care. Thank you.